Hello, and welcome to today's news discussion. I'm Maya, and joining me is Finn. We're covering some of the latest stories in sports and beyond.
Hi, Maya. Hi, everyone. I'm Finn. Let's dive into the stories.
First up, organizers of the 2026 Sydney Marathon have unveiled a finisher's medal that depicts a stadium in Munich, Germany, instead of a local landmark. The medal features a Sydney skyline with course landmarks, including the Opera House and the Sydney Harbour Bridge, but mistakenly includes the Allianz Arena in Munich.
That's quite a gaffe. How did the organizers admit to this error, and what's their response?
According to the reports, marathon bosses admitted to the unfortunate error and acknowledged that the medal displays the German arena's shape and diamond-patterned exterior instead of the flatter features of Allianz Stadium in Sydney.
I can imagine the online reaction. Did the story spark a lot of mirth or criticism online?
Yes, the organizers' unveiling of the medal sparked online mirth, with people likely amused by the mistake.
It's interesting how such a small detail can become a big story. Do we know if they're planning to correct this for future medals?
The articles don't mention any specific plans for correction, but it's likely they'll address this given the public reaction. Moving on to Formula One, Lando Norris gave McLaren a third successive Dutch Grand Prix victory. The race was intense and had to be restarted after Max Verstappen crashed on the opening lap.
Wow, that sounds dramatic. How did Norris manage to secure the win, especially after the restart?
Norris started on pole, but was overtaken by Kimi Antonelli's Mercedes at the restart. He then reeled in Antonelli and passed him around the outside of the first corner in a daring move on lap 54 of 72.
That's impressive. What about Verstappen's crash? Was he okay?
According to the reports, Verstappen was unhurt despite his heavy crash shortly after the start.
And how does this victory affect the championship standings?
The reporting indicates that Kimi Antonelli finished second, which increased his championship lead. In football transfer news, Manchester City have agreed to sign Morocco midfielder Ayoub Bouadi from Lille in a deal worth £86 million.
That's a significant amount for an 18-year-old player. What are the details of the transfer?
The Athletic reported that City will pay an initial fee of £95 million plus up to £5 million in add-ons. Bouadi would become one of City's most expensive signings.
What makes Bouadi so valuable at such a young age?
The articles don't go into great detail about his specific skills, but being a Morocco international at 18 suggests he's highly talented. In baseball news, Yankees left-hander Ryan Weathers has been placed on the 15-day injured list with a left forearm flexor strain.
How's Weathers feeling about his recovery? Is he optimistic about returning this season?
Weathers is optimistic that he can return by the end of the season, despite being placed on the injured list.
What happened during his last start that led to him being lifted early?
Weathers was lifted in the fourth inning against the Toronto Blue Jays due to left forearm discomfort and will undergo imaging. Lastly, a Texas judge has denied a new trial for Carmelo Anthony in the stabbing death of a 17-year-old athlete at a high school track meet. Anthony was convicted of murder in June and sentenced to 35 years.
That's a serious case. What was the reasoning behind denying the new trial?
The articles don't provide detailed reasoning, but the judge's decision suggests that the grounds for a new trial were not met.
The case drew national attention and led to harassment of the families involved. Was there any mention of that in the latest update?
Yes, the reporting mentions that the case drew national attention and spurred harassment of the families and others involved.
Well, that's a wrap for today's discussion. It's been great exploring these stories with you, Maya.
Likewise, Finn. Thanks for joining me. And that's all for today.